Good morning. This is TCR, TroyCommunityRadio.com. I'm Clint Myers for 1071 WTJN and David Denoyer on TCTV. It's time for the Lincoln Community Center report. And with me, I have the program coordinator with us, Andrew Luring. Good morning.
Good morning, and always a pleasure to be here.
Well, good to have you. You've got, again, always a list of things that are going on over at the center.
Long list of things going on at the center, for sure.
You're starting with Bike Safety Week.
Yes, and that started on Monday, May 9th, and so it's bike safety and education at the Lincoln Community Center. We have daily events, rules of the road, we have speakers coming in, bike awareness. Yesterday a speaker came in and discussed the importance of being aware of railroad tracks and trains.
Yes.
That's going to, all these events are going to culminate next Friday, May 20th, with a helmet giveaway. The Troy Police Department will be there doing fittings. Some local bike shops from Troy and Piqua will be present to assist with making adjustments to bikes and handing out reflectors and other bike safety equipment. Bill Beagle will be in attendance. I know that bike safety is important for him. We will also be giving away many things, including bicycles. So with that in mind, if you have a dusty old bike that's been sitting in the garage for a while, we will take that donation and we will make sure it gets to a deserving kid or adult. And then lastly, personally with bike safety, I'm looking forward to the city of Troy taking a long look at expanding bike lanes within the city limits on city streets so that we can have a safer roadway for all those bikers out there.
In turn, it would keep bikes off the sidewalks and would keep bikes from, downtown. It's tough to get through down here when you've got things parked that stick out, let alone if you had a bike trying to get through there as well.
Sure, and I think just like having a bike lane and having those designated spaces, we can increase the flow of traffic. It's going to be safer for pedestrians, like you said, for bikers, and for all motorists as well.
It just keeps everything moving. Let's talk about your summer food program.
The summer food program, it's run by the Troy Lunch Club, and it starts when summer begins, and it runs for approximately 2 months. We serve approximately 30 to 40 kids during the lunch hour. We want to just a big thank you to the Troy Lunch Club for making this happen. They have 4 sites. They're at Garden Manor, the Troy Rec, Richards Chapel, and then the Lincoln Community Center. And all those meals start at noon. For more details, you can call Lincoln Community Center at 335-2715.
And these are like a good balanced meal for the kids.
It's all nutrition based off of the USDA guidelines, and it's all your food groups, and going to get the kid to the next level and do the next thing.
Now I know we were talking before the program. Bakehouse Breads has done a lot.
Bakehouse Breads is a phenomenal institution here in Troy, Ohio. Big thanks to Margaret Bake. She and her fine crew of people have been making donations of 6 to 7 loaves of bread each week for the last year and a half, and we use that to make snacks for the kids. We'll use that to supplement some of the summer lunch programs, because during the summer lunch program we serve 2 meals, and so one is in conjunction with the Troy Lunch Club, but then we serve a light snack or a light meal around 3 o'clock, and so that's another 20, 30 kids that we're dealing with. And so with donations in that in mind, we're always looking for yogurt, granola bars, cheese and crackers, something portable, no sugar. We don't want any sugar for these kids. Bottled water's fine, but we don't need any sugar drinks or cookies or anything like that. We just don't need it. The kids don't need it.
All right. If someone wanted to make that donation or to find out exactly what you needed, they just call you over at the center?
Yeah, 335-2715. Give us a call.
Okay. How about your summer arts program?
Once again, we a lot of the things we do are dependent upon the support that we get from the greater community. And so Karen Perk is a wonderful teacher. She's doing wonderful things with our kids. But the Hainer Cultural Center, a fine institution, on par with some, like the Smithsonian, I'll say. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm amazed with the turnover of the exhibits and the speakers that are there. But so with that in mind, Linda Lee Jolly and her board of directors have just made it very easy for us to do what we need to do to get these kids some art programming. They provide space for us when they waive their fees. So without them, we can't really do this. So just as dates come available for our summer arts programming, we'll let people know. You got to call Lincoln Center You can call and you can get on a list. It's limited to about 20 slots per session. We hope to increase that as we go forward. But just a shout out to the Hainer. You missed it because it happened on Friday, but Dr. Nellie Toll, a Holocaust survivor, was there. She gave a phenomenal talk about her life in Poland and as a child growing up in World War II, and then her life later as an artist. So she has an exhibit there. It's phenomenal. It'll be up for a while. Go and check that out.
All right. How about your, being that we're headed into summer, kids are going to be out of school in like 2 weeks.
Yep.
If that. What are your summer hours, and what kind of activities will you have for the kids?
Well, our summer hours are from noon to 5, weekdays. Rain or shine, we will be there. We have tons of activities. We have art classes. We have swimming twice a week with certified lifeguards. We have ice skating. We have the garden. We have the farmer's market. We have field trips. We'll do some cooking. We'll have games, and we'll have different football camps. Our summer basketball league sign-ups start in the last week of May. So if there's something you want to do, we want you to come and do it at the Lincoln Center. And if we don't do it, we will find a way to do it. And
all right.
Really, you know what? I was getting a little choked up when I was writing this report. And the idea is for us at the Lincoln Center, we want to give kids as many opportunities as possible so that they can learn and discover what it is they truly love. And when they find that, they can start to pursue their own dreams and dream new dreams.
All right. And it's great that you give them the opportunity to live those dreams.
Yes, I mean, that's what we're striving for. And that's the idea with because kids don't know what they want. I don't know what I want. But if you put something in my hand and I discover that I like it, it's something I was unaware of before,
right,
then I'm going to go from there.
Excellent. You kind of mentioned it. Let's talk about the community garden, because we've got the farmers market. Will be starting June 11th. And
yep,
you've got the garden planted now?
Yes.
Or on its way to
No, we're good to go. We had onions, lettuce, and snow peas in the ground like a month and a half ago. But we've done a lot of work. This past Friday, we finished, for the most part, all of our planting. Mr. and Mrs. McGilvery, former postal workers, now retired, have been instrumental in getting our garden ready for 2016 season. They brought their buddy Robin, owner of Subhouse, down last Friday. We had myself as well, so we had 4 or 5 adults and about 8 kids. We even cut up some new beds. So we have eggplant, lettuce, snow peas, 35 tomato plants, herbs galore, flowers. It's absolutely wonderful. And I guess one of the things that we're trying to do at the Lincoln Center is we have a few plots available, and I would love nothing more than to have some community members come and help us. But I want them to have their own spot. And
okay.
So we have 1 or 2 left, and if you want to have a community garden spot, all you need is your own tools. And if you don't have that, we got that. And so we will give you a certain amount of square footage, and if you commit to that and grow it, we'd love to have you.
All right. You give us a couple kids that are going to turn the dirt in their little pots.
Yeah, we'll get kids out there too. I'll be out there. We do all kinds of stuff. Whatever you want.
All right. Hey, anything you'd like to wrap up with this morning, Andrew?
Yes. Like I said, we can't do this without the community support, and I can't thank all the volunteers all the time, but I'm going to get 2 out right now. Randy and Kim Harvey have been volunteering on Mondays for the last 1.5 years. Mrs. Harvey is an educator. Mr. Harvey is a lawyer here in town, and they come in and they do wonderful work with the kids, and we can't thank them enough for that the heroic effort that they deliver every Monday. And then another man I'd like to thank is Carlos Wood. He helps the center so much. He does what we need, and he comes through in all kinds of pinches, and he gets us going forward and where we need to be.
All right. Hey, all of you do incredible job over there with the kids. We love having the Lincoln Community Center here in town, and how much it's grown here in the last couple of years. So thank you so much, Andrew.
Thank you, Clint.
Andrew Luring, the program coordinator at the Lincoln Community Center. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV.